It's Saturday! Yay! Okay, so we are 1 week short of, next weekend is Labor Day. And that's a 3-day holiday for most people. I don't know if my husband has it off or not. But anyhow, I did not get my early start. Well, I did, but I cleaned house and did that kind of stuff. It did rain a little bit, just enough to get stuff kind of damp, and that's about it. So what I'm going to do is the tomatoes. So I have, I'm not going to put these in my compost because I need to rebuild my compost bins, and I'm now about 3 weeks behind on what I was planning on doing since I hurt my foot and the smoke had come in. The smoke did leave for about 24 hours, and then yesterday afternoon about 4 o'clock it started rolling back in, and now we have unhealthy air. I'm going to have to work out here. There's no way I can let this go until we decide that the smoke is going to clear, because with my foot and then another week of smoke, if I don't get out of here, that's a month, and the greenhouse will be completely destroyed by then. So I'm going to get this cleaned up, see how many, see how much I can get in the two city bins. I have two big ones, and it'll probably take every bit of all these tomatoes to get in there. So I should do a dump run, but I'll fill the bins first and see how much I have left. So I'll be back to show you what this looks like after it's all trimmed up. See you then. Hi everyone. Well, today is Monday. It has been a crazy weekend. So I was all excited. I showed you my foot was finally healing, and I can stand on it longer than about 4 or 5 hours and have to put it up. So I was going to go out, work in my garden, and it's September 1st, and it's been 2 weeks that I've been trying to work on these tomatoes. So I finally got the leaves pulled off of them where I want them, and I'm getting ready to harvest all of them, and the rest of them will hopefully turn, otherwise I'll have fried green tomatoes. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, and it's been about a week. No, when did I do this last? Oh, I don't know. It's been a few weeks. So here's the tomatoes. So those are the Gardener's Delight, and they did well. I pulled off all the leaves except for the very tops, and we have tomatoes all the way up. So I'm not worried about the small cherry tomatoes. These will ripen. These are the Cordé Bleu. Let me get a good angle here for you guys. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buckets of them, 2 in each one, and they produced lovely this year. So these are a winner. I left their little hairs up on top there so that they have a little bit of growth left, but I pulled all the leaves. Well, there's a flower right there, but I think that's I think the reason why I left that is that was the cherry tomato that climbed its way up. So the Cordé Bleu should be probably finished ripening probably by the end of September. All these will be taken off, and I'll have this all cleaned up. But there's a good pot of chili sitting here. The San Marzano, this will be the last year that I do the San Marzano. They are just small. They're prolific, but they didn't get prolific until the very top, which has been the last month. These are my black cherry. These are the black cherry tomatoes that I could not find seed for this year, but luckily I had left one of these in the greenhouse and it disintegrated, and all there was seeds. So that is what I planted, is the one that had wintered over in the greenhouse, and it was just a dead tomato with dried up seeds, and it happened to be my black cherry. So I will be saving seeds from the black cherry. They're heirloom anyway, so they're doing good. Let's see what else here. These were my Heinz tomatoes. God, they're beautiful. My outside Heinz tomato did not get this big. So the Heinz tomatoes, I think I'm going to go ahead, and I don't usually do determinate tomatoes in my greenhouse, but these were so nice and they're so big that I think I might go ahead and give this row a determinate row of tomatoes on the Heinz next year, because I'm not going to do the I'm not going to do the San Marzano. I'm going to do 2 rows of the Corday Blue because they're big. And then my Amish paste turned out good again. So I probably would do another Amish paste. I mean, I have Amish paste tomatoes clear up here in the rafters. In fact, they're pretty much done. There's only a few green ones left that threw on the end. These, I believe, were Amish paste too. They kind of resemble an Amish paste. They might have been a Corday Blue, but they're doing good. My little itty bitty tomatoes, my mom came up and tested them. They do taste good. So I lucked out. These are the seeds that I had planted, and they're just tiny little tomatoes, and they're good tasting, so I will save the seeds from this too. I have another black cherry that, this one was just a late one, and I have black cherry all the way up into there. So again, I will have whatever these ended up, I don't know what they are. Next year I'll grow these. I will also grow the black cherry. I will definitely run a greenhouse hydroponic Heinz. And of course my yellow pear. The yellow pear got a really late start this year, and it was my fault. I did not get them in the system fast enough. So my yellow pear didn't start producing until about midway high. And so there are masses of yellow pears up here when I started pulling the leaves. So I kept the yellow pear up there. The cherry tomatoes will do just fine. And I have a lot of tomatoes that I'm going to pull here in a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and pull them all. This year it was not the year for me for peppers. This is what my pepper plants should be looking like in July. They are halfway the size of my tomatoes, and this is where they usually get. Here's the bar up here, which is about 5 foot tall. My peppers usually in September are 5 foot tall, and they are loaded with peppers. But again, our weather has been so horrible that it's been just the last week and a half that they just started throwing peppers like crazy. So we'll see if any of these, otherwise they're just going to get green peppers. I got a few red ones down here that are just, and some nice green ones. So we'll just let them be. I'm not going to worry about it. I probably will start putting my windows on here because it is getting chilly at night. So this is it. Let me turn around here so you can get one final look of the tomatoes before I pull them. It just looks like a bunch of, I don't know, red jewels hanging down. So there we go. 2018 tomato harvest. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and pull the rest of these tomatoes off except for the green ones, and you can hear my water in the background. It's time to water. It was a good year for tomatoes. Not a real good year for peppers, but it might redeem itself if we have a mild September where it stays right around 70 and stays about 55 at night. I can keep it pretty warm in here, and the peppers might keep going for a little while longer. So I won't pull them because they're really healthy right now. They just had a heck of a time this dry summer. In fact, my yard is just trashed from the last 2 weeks of really being dry, and the smoke came in and it did some weird stuff to the leaves of the plants. So there's always next year. Thanks for watching, and have a great night.